Ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure to be back talking about the Champions League. And to make things even better, the knockout stages. One goes through, one is out. We're on to the serious moments in this tournament. You excited?
I am. Ladies and gentlemen, that was all a bit formal, but I tell you what, This is a brilliant tournament. One of the best in the world.
And it all comes down to the players in their prime. I'm serious. I've not actually reviewed this drink. KSI and Logan Paul's drink. It's out in America. Don't know if it's coming to London, but thank you guys for sending this to me. Let's do a review live on camera. You and me, first time testing this. I've got the blue raspberry flavor. Here we go. Wow. Oh my god. That is so sweet. I actually love that.
Well,
the flavor's
I'll tell you
banging.
what, Theo, I'm not touching that drink.
Why? No.
Because Logan Paul is
some.
the son of Greg Paul. I'm not touching it.
Just because you don't like Greg Paul, you're not having the drink?
I'm not promoting any Paul stuff. Greg Paul, I'm still waiting, mate.
What, you want to fight Greg Paul?
Anytime, any place,
No.
anywhere.
Thogden versus Greg Paul.
Yeah.
To be completely genuine, very good drink. Blue raspberry. I'll try the other flavors in another video. I bet it'll be good with a little mix, cocktail mix.
And I'm going to stick to beer.
The Champions League is back and we need our prime amount of likes. Okay, we've not seen it for a while. So I'm going to say 13,000 likes. If we don't get it, mug tattooed on Thogdad's forehead. It's getting done. Enough of the waffle. Let's focus on the football. What's the first game?
I tell you what, Paris Saint-Germain against Real Madrid, possibly the tie of the tournament, is top of La Liga against top of Liga 1. What can you say about PSG? I'll tell you what, they've not lost at home in 90 minutes since April last year against Man City, Theo.
That's an incredible statistic. I'll tell you what, I'm really excited for this match. They've got history. They faced in the 1920 group stage where PSG beat them 3-0 at home. And then at Real Madrid, it was a 2-2 draw. But Real Madrid was 2-0 up and it was 2 late goals. It was absolute carnage. So they've got a bit of history, always goals. Let's start off with PSG. Lionel Messi against Real Madrid. First time in absolutely ages. How many games has he played against them?
Well, I tell you what, this will be the 46th game he's played against Real Madrid,
Yeah.
but 45 of those, Theo, were in a Barcelona shirt. And I tell you what, he's got 125 goals in this tournament, behind only my GOAT, Cristiano. Can he catch up?
A lot of people were giving me crap online on Twitter saying, as usual, Messi is hiding in Liga and, he's washed and why he's still forcing this GOAT status. I'll tell you right now, Lionel Messi has had a better season than Cristiano Ronaldo. And you can hate on me all you want. Look at what Ronaldo's doing over the last few weeks. Nothing. Messi is carrying PSG in Ligue 1. He's always involved. 9 contributions in 12 games. But I thought he was having a bad season. 5 goals in the Champions League. And I know Ronaldo's got good stats there, but I'm telling you, Messi's back to his best. He's laughing with Neymar in the training ground as well. Put the picture on the screen. I think we might see a PSG masterclass.
Well, I tell you what, that is a good sign that he's laughing with Neymar, because
Yeah.
I'm always worried about the chemistry in that dressing room. 3 brilliant players up front,
Yeah.
but do they get on? Do they make a good team?
I watched the documentary on Netflix. You haven't yet. I recommend it. You understand Neymar's life from every perspective. So much goes on, it's actually very hard to focus on the football. That's what I got out of it, and I'm sure a lot of you agree with me. But I'd like to see a happy ending to that documentary. I don't know if they're continuing to film it, and that would be to win a Champions League. But under Maurizio Pochettino, is it really possible, Dad?
It's possible, Theo. I mean, we've got doubts, haven't we? I mean,
Yeah.
a brilliant front 3, but what about the rest of the team? Isn't that an average, a mediocre team?
And also, we've heard recently Pochettino wants to leave the club. This might be a load of rumours and fake stuff to try and force a move to Manchester United, like agent talk. If he really is flirting with a move to United, is he going to fire up the players to win a Champions League? I mean, he's got the quality there, but I don't think he likes how there's so many characters
Yes.
and hierarchy at PSG. He doesn't make the decisions a lot of the time.
Well, Theo, you've got to pick those 3 at the front,
do.
haven't you? That's the trouble.
Let's speak about Real Madrid. Top of La Liga, but recently, 1 win in the last 4 competitive games. Are they falling off?
They are a little bit, Theo, but let's not forget, this is the Champions League. They've won it 13 times. No one has won it more. Now, I've criticised the Real Madrid defence in the past, but you look at the group stages, they only conceded 3 goals.
I'm going to mention one player who I really want to see smash it in the Champions League this season. We haven't seen it for a while, Eden Hazard.
Yes.
Now look, I'm in dreamland saying he's going to come back and dominate matches like he used to. But for football heritage, for old time's sake, please, drop a masterclass against PSG. Could you imagine the scenes?
Theo, I saw him at his prime for Chelsea. He's one of the best players I've ever seen in the flesh.
Benzema doing well.
Yes.
Supercopa, smacked up Barca as usual at the moment, to be honest. Vinicius Jr., Brazilian winger, breakthrough season.
Well, Benzema, Theo, 76 goals in this tournament. That is fourth behind the two GOATs and Lewandowski. He's a player, isn't he? We saw him get a hat-trick earlier in the season.
I think a Vinny Jr. second half goal in this game.
Yeah, he's a spectacular player. And don't forget, Real Madrid at this stage of the tournament, they very rarely get knocked out.
Yes, Dad. They've only got one away loss in the round of 16 stage out of like 11.
Yes.
So that's brilliant. My prediction, though, I'm backing PSG.
Wow.
Things just seem to be good there. It's a home match for them. It's going to be cagey, and it will all go down to the match at Bernabeu, the away leg. But I'm going to go 2-1 PSG. Messi to score. Mbappe, because he's going to score against the team that want to sign him, right? Because they've been flirting with the move for 10 years. But for Real Madrid, it's going to be Benzema.
Wow, I nearly predicted that, Theo. But you know what? PSG won, Real Madrid won. It's going to be a draw.
That's just boring, Thogdad. But it makes Bernabeu very exciting. On to the next game.
And now for Sporting Club de Portugal against Manchester City. It's second in the Premier League against top of the Premier League. Now, Sporting Club de Portugal, Theo, not been at this stage of the tournament since 2009. And you know what happened then? They lost 12-1 on aggregate to Bayern Munich.
Let's hope it's not that bad. They're going to need a lot in favour for them. We've even given the green lights for Sporting. But they've got some good players on form recently. Pablo Sarabia.
Yes.
He's Sporting's real danger man right now with 7 goal contributions across his last 5 appearances. If he can keep that up, that momentum going, I can see him doing something against City. Their last match out was against Porto. It was a 2-2 draw. But there was a 40-man brawl with a 4 red card incident after the full-time whistle. So there's clearly passion and fight there. But it's whether they can do it against arguably the best team in the world.
Absolutely. You've got to love a brawl. But Sarabia, 6 goals, 7 assists this season in the Portuguese league, which is brilliant. But I'll tell you what, Theo. At the group stages, nobody let in more goals than Sporting Club de Portugal. They let in 12, which is 2 every game.
I'll admit, it's very out of favour for them. They are big underdogs here, but they've got a good record at home. Only lost 1 home match in the Champions League in the last 5 games. For Sporting, that's really good for the level of competition.
But surely, Theo, Manchester City, different level for them.
Different level. KDB was rested in the Premier League, so we know we're going to see a Belgian attacking midfielder starting in Pep's 11. Already conceded 10 goals City have, which is way more than when they got to the Champions League final last year. Is that a worry for you, concern?
That is a worry, Theo. It's good that you mentioned that. They didn't keep a clean sheet at the group stages, so that could be the Achilles heel. Conceded 10, but Theo scored 18, so every time they're scoring 3 goals.
Dad, they've scored 2+ goals in 11 of the 14 recent matches.
Yes.
That is why we don't really look at the issue of conceding goals. They don't concede that many goals in the Premier League. That's why I find it so unusual. They just go full throttle in Europe. Of course, no more Ferran Torres, who obviously got sold in January. I think Bernardo Silva's going to score. Out in Portugal, he's going to do it against Sporting. Now, the ex-Ronaldo club against Manchester City. What is your prediction?
Well, I'll tell you what, Theo. Man City away in the knockout phases. They've won the last 4 games. If they make it 5, that's a tournament record, believe it or not.
Now they just need to break the record of winning the Champions League. Win the goddamn thing for the first time ever.
I tell you what, Theo, this is not a banana skin for Man City. They will win this game easily. I think Sporting Club de Portugal might get an early goal. They love scoring an early goal, so it's going to be Sporting 1, Man City 3. They're just too good.
3?
3.
But Dad, they've not got Grealish, Kyle Walker suspended.
Theo, they've got Mahrez, they've got Kevin De Bruyne, Foden. They've got brilliant players coming off the bench who are, like I said, were rested at the weekend. They're going to smash.
Bernardo. He's the Portuguese lad as well. Thought I'd sing it. I'm going to go 2-1. Tight game. But they're going to dominate at the Etihad. I want to give Sporting fans an opportunity to have their say in the comments. I think you guys stand a chance out your own stadium. You've got a good record. It wouldn't surprise me if you get an upset, especially with Taremi up top, who's got like 19 contributions in 21 games this season.
Inter Milan versus Liverpool. It's second in Serie A against second in our Premier League, isn't it, Theo? Now, Inter Milan haven't been at this stage of the tournament since 2012. That will surprise some people.
It will, and they're a weakened side. Lukaku was begging for a move back to Inter, but their fans didn't want it. Did you see? The fans were against it.
I know.
But they've got Dzeko banging in the goals. I think he's got 3 goals in the last 3 competitive matches.
Well, I'll tell you what, this will be a tricky game for Liverpool. Inter Milan recently have been quite good. I think they've only lost 1 of the last 11 games.
That's good.
And I tell you what, they keep it tight. The group stages, they scored 8 and they conceded 5. This will not be a cricket score.
Look, they play the 3-5-2 system. They're very tight at the back. They've got Dumfries, right wing back. I wanted to mention him. A little insight. He was incredible at the Euros. Netherlands were rubbish. But he was the spark in that side until they got knocked out pretty early. This is an opportunity for the Dutchman to show Europe and the world, everyone's tuning into the Champions League, what he can do on the main stage. Will he destroy Liverpool?
Well, I'll tell you what, you've been to Inter recently, haven't you?
I have, and so have Liverpool.
Yes.
Because they played AC Milan, and they ground share at San Siro, where I've been. They're used to the understanding of the ground and the atmosphere, unless Inter fans are way better than AC Milan. I've just kicked off a loads of people. But they are psychologically more ready. And Barella, he'll be looking for one more win against England, or an English side, like the Euros. Sorry to bring it up. But he's suspended. So Inter are weakened there. Surely Liverpool win here.
Well, let's talk about Liverpool now, Theo, because they've won this tournament 6 times. They won all 6 group games. They've won the last 6 games in the Premier League. There's a lot of sixes there, Theo.
They've signed Luis Diaz. Harvey Elliott's back.
Let's move on to 7 because Mo Salah has scored 7 goals in this tournament, Theo. He's looking for the golden boot, isn't he?
And him and Mane are both back in the Liverpool starting 11. And with the added depth, probably the best team on form in the world right now. So I can't see anything stopping them. I predicted them to win the Champions League on Sky. And I'm going to back that. Nothing's getting in their way here.
Wow, very big shout. Now, Mo Salah has scored in 29 UCL games. And when he scores 26 times, they've gone on and won.
Look, Liverpool have scored 2+ goals in 19 games from the last 22. That's an outstanding statistic. And it's going to continue on here. Luis Diaz will score, and I'm thinking a Van Dijk header. Liverpool 2-0. They'll breeze it.
Wow, that is another big shout. But you know what? I'm going to go controversial and say Inter Milan 1, Liverpool 1.
What?
I think they'll take it back to Anfield and do it.
You're back in the home side.
I just think it'll be very tight. It's that typical Italian defensive thing.
Look, after the Euros, I can never back an Italian team against an English.
And the final game is RB Salzburg against Bayern Munich. Do not turn off because this is top of the Bundesliga against top of the Bundesliga. One's in Austria, one's in Germany. Now, I tell you what, Salzburg, they've won 8 of the last 9 home games, Theo. They're not a bad team.
Yeah, and they did face each other in the 2020-21 season group stage in the Champions League. Bayern Munich put 9 goals past Salzburg over 2 games.
Well, I'll tell you what, RB Salzburg only conceded 6 goals in qualification. That's only a goal a game, Theo.
That's not bad, and I think their team is a lot more improved from that 2021 group stage match to now.
Yes.
Karim Adeyemi, their 20-year-old striker, he's created interest from all the big clubs, including a little mention of Bayern Munich. If he goes and bags a brace against them, they might even just slap a little transfer bid in at the final whistle, like Kevin Davies for Bolton. You know, when he scored against him, we signed him. Salzburg have never been to a Champions League knockout game. They are going to create a great atmosphere. I think we may see a very close match. A lot closer than last time. What do you reckon for Salzburg?
Theo, most people will look at this game and think very heavy away win.
Yeah.
Have the Austrians realistically got any chance?
Well, look, Adeyemi's got 14 goals, 2 assists in the last 16 matches this year. That's the reason why there's so much interest. They've got Okafor up top with him. I like the way they play. It's young, it's full throttle.
Yeah.
They're not a team that are going to sit back because they're playing Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich, they won all 6 group games. They scored 22 goals. Nobody scored more.
Yeah.
If Salzburg come forward, surely it could be a 4 or 5-0 to Bayern.
Bayern have had their upsets recently. They lost 4-2 to Bochum in the Bundesliga last out.
They did.
Tell me how that happens.
I tell you, they were 4-1 down at half-time as well.
Incredible. And they didn't show the character to get back in it. I've got to say, there's a lot of problems at Bayern Munich right now. I want to start off by saying, they don't like the Red Bull setup in football. It's not spoken as much of in England, but in Germany it's a massive thing with so many fan-owned clubs. They hate the RB Leipzigs and the RB Salzburgs because it's with Red Bull being such a corporate and running it as a football club. They don't like that. They don't want that in the league. So this is a bigger match in Germany than you think, especially with it being the powerhouse of Austria, thus the powerhouse of Germany. Bayern have had their slip-ups.
Yes.
Thomas Müller has had recent animal abuse accusations against him. That's caused a lot of problems in the dressing room, probably adding to the problem as to why they lost to Bochum. The fans are really upset with the situation with their partnership with the Qatar Airways. And with it being a fan-owned club, there have been serious problems at the board meetings between the Bayern fans, who are also the owners. So right now, that club, it's a bit of a mess. They've got their things to sort out on and off the pitch. I think an upset here. Bayern Munich are going to lose to Salzburg 3-2.
Wow, that is an enormous shout. I mean, you mentioned Thomas Muller. I'd not heard those allegations.
Bayern Munich are no longer in their prime.
Oh, see what he did there.
Actually, they are, but it's the things off the pitch affecting them.
Yeah, but Thomas Muller, despite all that, Theo, forget the behind-the-scenes stuff. He scored 50 goals in this tournament. That is level with Thierry Henry. I think you're wrong here. I'm going Salzburg 0, Bayern Munich 2, but it could easily be 3 or 4-0.
Really?
Yes.
Anyway, it's nice to give good insight because we've got an English fan base. I know a few Germans will tune in, but it's nice to give a bit of background information. Bayern Munich fans, tell me what's going on with your club. I love the 50+1 rule, with the way fans have so much say in the club. But what is going on? Let us know. What is everyone's prediction for this game? I think it's much bigger than people expect. 2 Champions League live streams coming up for you boys and girls. Tuesday and Wednesday night. Tune in. Have notifications on so you're the first person. Should we do a little giveaway in there as well?
Yeah, it'd be rude not to.
Get in the UEFA Fantasy League as well. We've given our predictions. Now it's time for you guys to give us your insights on your club in the comments below. That's enough from me. See you in a bit. Bye, guys.
See ya.